Yo, 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 what up, everybody? It's your boy AG the Dad. Today, if you don't know what's going on or what time it is, you are definitely in the right place. And if you ain't got nothing to say, well, shit. It's Shit Talking Sundays because every day is Shit Talking Sundays. And I'm AG the Dad, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to potentially talk some shit. And at very least, you're going to learn some shit. Today is In the Light of a Warrior with the MS Warrior. She's one strong, courageous woman who, you know what? I'm not even going to say cursed. I will just say the Most High has given her a challenge that she has accepted, took on head first, and has decided that she was going to make sure that not only is she handling it, but she's going to make sure that you have the information that you can make a educated decision. Remember, this is not a medical advice. This is just her journey with multiple sclerosis. Okay. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to the one, the only, the MS Warrior. What's going down?
Hey, what's up, AG the Dad? How's it going?
You know, it's always going. Every time I do something, something new is happening. Somebody learning
Yeah,
some shit, and somebody gonna talk some shit.
some shit.
So,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
you always got your plate full. Hi guys, good evening. If you don't know, now you know. It's your girl's night, it's your night. Let's do this Tuesday podcast. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. First thing, let me say anything that I say tonight on this podcast is solely what my medical team has put in place for me. I don't claim to be a doctor. I'm not portraying to you as a doctor. Always contact your medical team for any advice. If you're not feeling well or you're thinking, hey, I may need to be put on a different medication, this one's not working, or I'm in pain, whatever it is, vice versa. If you need 911, if it's emergency, please always call 911 first. Consult your medical team. This is only my journey that I'm giving you all the information tonight, and just keeping it real with you. So, um, first off, I hope everybody has had a wonderful Mother's Day, and also Father's Day. I always want to give a shout out to the mothers who are, taking care of their children on their own. So, hope everyone has had a wonderful Mother's Day, as I did as well. Um, Geez, roses, cards, money, food, conversation. Yes, I went out on Mother's Day with my son Andy, his wife Vanessa, and their daughter Catalina, my puka butt. And yes, that's her nickname, puka butt. She's 7 now. I named her, gave her that little cute name years ago. I'm always the one to come up with the kids' nicknames. Um, but they call her, I believe, Turd or Turk, one of those. But and I do call some of my grandbabies turdies. But so yeah, but it was a beautiful day. Actually, I got up and actually I didn't do anything the day before because I knew I wanted to hang out and not feel tired, fatigued, or anything, feel crummy. So I took it easy and planned for Sunday and got up in the morning time, washed up, washed hair, put a little bit of face on, and we went out to breakfast. And not remembering, well, I wouldn't say not remembering, but um it didn't dawn on me until the next day. I was thinking, um we went to this restaurant. It's not far from my home. There's not a lot of restaurants out here besides fast food places, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted to go in and sit down and enjoy a meal with each other and have some conversation. So we went to this restaurant, and my mom had worked it for years. My mom was a waitress throughout our younger childhood, and back then, man, she made good money. Nowadays, you got to count your tips. They count your tips, and you got to claim them on your taxes. Back when I was growing up, my mom was waitressing. She didn't have to do that. So when she would come up from work, she'd dump out her apron and buckets. I mean, my mom had change for days. It's one of those things where you wish you had a penny bank like that. Yeah. But back then, she paid rent with that, and we always lived in nice houses, nice apartments. We had houses with pools and stuff like that. So she really did. Hi, man. Um, Stephanie says, "Hey, love bug. I just wanted to say hi. I'll be driving. I'll try to jump back on." Yeah, sure. Thank you for just coming in and saying hi. I love you. Be careful. Yeah, don't be on and drive at the same time. So, um, so this restaurant, we went in, and we were sitting down, and I was telling my oldest son, that his grandma worked there, and I spent many, many, many days eating at that restaurant, sitting at the counter, way down at the end, and I could get all the ice cream that I wanted, and all my mom's waitress buddies and bus boys and everything. They always used to come and bring me treats, pieces of cake, and just it was a good time for me. Just think a younger kid and having all that restaurant food, at my disposal anytime I wanted. And so there was a lot of times where I did homework there then, and I believe I was 6th grade going into the 7th, and at that point of my young teenage years, I was into poetry. I wrote poems constantly, and my mom seen some, and she was writing some good stuff, and she goes, "And actually, it's you're writing a little ahead of your time for your age." So, and which I didn't know, but she had um, one of her friends worked at our local newspaper, which was the Sacramento Bee. Then I don't know if I'm pretty sure Sacramento Bee is still up and running. Most likely, that was one of our major newspapers in Sacramento. Um, but the thing was, and I was excited, I was super duper excited. I'm a teenager and like, oh, my stuff. Well, this person who worked at the newspaper told my mom, talked to them about my writing, and they said, we'd love to publish some of her stuff, and she has to have what we want. And I can't remember the numbers, but I had to have so many written by a certain amount of time. And um I was like, okay, no biggie, but not realizing I want to go out and run. I want to go be with my friends and stuff like that. So uh I didn't finish writing all what was supposed to be written, and unfortunately I didn't get it. I didn't get any in the newspaper. So I don't know whatever happened to that dream, even if that was a dream of mine. But um, so sitting there in that restaurant, it really gave me some flashbacks, man, and it was kind of nice. And then while we're sitting there eating, I don't know why it didn't come across my mind, you guys, but my mom is no longer here. My mom passed away in '08, and um I didn't so many memories there, and I know so many memories of her life was during those years. I don't remember how many years she waitressed there, but it was quite a bit. And we hit hey Jason, thank you, welcome in, thank you. I'm just giving a little update about Mother's Day, how my Mother's Day went. And I'm speaking about this restaurant that we went and visited, ate at, and I grew up in this restaurant. Not meaning, well, not even dawning that restaurant, but I knew, we knew that restaurant, yada yada yada, and it really has a down home feel and stuff like that. And it's not all shiny and sparkly like it used to be. It's not run down fully or anything like that, but it's changed over the years. Go figure. But when I was in that restaurant, I was telling my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter, Catalina, my experiences there with my mom because she waitressed that restaurant, and she knew everybody and she was friends with everybody, and they treated her real great. They treated me real great. I got to have burgers, french fries, cakes, pies, slushies, sundaes, banana splits anytime I wanted, every time I was there. Like as I was saying, I did my homework sometimes there on the counter. Some days I would just go in after school and just sit there and eat or stay till dinner, or and then me and my mom would go home. So there was a lot of memories. Um, I still remember people's faces and names, from back then, but it didn't dawn on me until the next day. And I've been thinking about this ever since Mother's Day, that I since my mom's been gone, I don't know if you guys believe in this and stuff like that, but I believe in and have had the experience of somebody that I've known that's passed away. Somehow, like, I come across little signs and stuff like that. Well, I haven't with my mom, and my mom's been gone quite some time, and until the next day it clicked to me, and I was like, wow, that didn't was that a connection between me and my mom, me going there? And then it being Mother's Day, I haven't been in that restaurant. I think I've been in that restaurant once. I can't even say twice, you guys. Once since oh shoot, 30 years? Yeah, at least 30 years. I've been in there once, you know. Um and my mom's been gone since '08. And so it clicked to me like, "Oh my gosh, like, Warrior, how did you not see that?" And then the whole time I'm explaining to my son my memories there, and grandma worked there, and it didn't click. Like, oh my God, today's Mother's Day, and Mom, I'm right here in one of your favorite spots that she had a lot of memories. I had a lot of memories in. Um, I kind of say I grew up in that restaurant, and with her friends were terrific. We used to go to their houses, we used to ride their horses, you know what I mean? So it was like a family thing, back then in that restaurant. And um it was kind of cool because I got this feeling, and I was like, how did I miss that day? So um just kind of like wanted to share with you guys about um how my Mother's Day went, and it was terrific. The food was great. The prices were wonderful. I can't believe even my family was like, "Oh my God, do you see how wonderful these prices are?" And I'm like, "Yeah, shocker." Because today's day and age with all the inflation, you can't get a burger meal under $12. So our plates were loaded. The portion was just like phenomenal, and I could only eat half what I ordered, and I ate the rest later, blah blah blah. I shared some with my grandson. So Jason says, "Oh yeah, I see signs of people that's passed away. Crazy that stuff happens." Yes, Jason, and I've had a lot of experiences and a lot of things. Now, I don't mean to put anything. I don't know. I have an aunt who's clairvoyant. That means psychic. So um I haven't seen, but the things that I've seen, she has confirmation. Things that she didn't know, um, she let me know and clarified some, not clarified, but confirmed some stuff. So it's like we used to pick her brain all the time. She used to live next door to me. I love her. Her name is Iris. And matter of fact, she just had a birthday in April. So image, and she was really good. She's been on the radio. My friends have went to her. Family, of course, have always relied on her for a lot of things, for travel. just life in general, health and love and all that stuff. But she's really a phenomenal woman. And so I definitely believe I have seen some things. I'm not gonna lie. I have seen some things um that I know weren't shouldn't have been there, weren't real, let's say, so to speak. Um and almost scary at times, of course, because it's not shouldn't be there, but it just happened. Like, oh my God, did I just seen that? Or did that just really happen? Did that? So yeah, I get signs like that. Um, but yeah, so Jason says, I believe in that type of stuff. I went to a lady that read coffee grains once. It was wild. Oh, really? She read coffee grains? Oh, that's crazy. My aunt didn't read cards or anything like that. She seen things on your face, or she would visually see them. Yeah, she would pick that up. And my aunt was really good. Like friends that I had normal contact with, like my best friend and stuff. Whatever she was going through, it was on me, and my aunt would pick it up. She would, or my aunt didn't even have to see or talk to me. And when I was younger, I had a lot of stomach issues. Um, and she would feel that, and she would call me. She'd like, "Can you please take something for your stomach? It's killing me." So she was really in tuned with me and stuff. Really phenomenal woman. So, um, but and I got some things written down on a paper, guys, because my research and things that I've been through kind of relating, so I can speak on certain stuff. Um, so back then in that time, the restaurant thing growing up and stuff, at that age, um, my mom had given me uh two options. She says, um, I'm gonna offer you two things. If right now we'll make a deal, and if you graduate high school, um, you could either I'll take you to Hawaii, or I'll buy you your first car. So I was like, "Oh my God." I had a couple years to think about, what I want to do. What door would I choose, right? Like, the price, not the price is right. Let's make a deal. Um so any of you guys out there, Jason, did your parents any offer you any reward, like to give you that motivation to graduate school? I do that now with my grandkids, raising my grandkids. I always not doing so hot. I always say, hey, what incentive will put, a little fire under your butt to get you moving, get you motivated. Sometimes it can happen. So unfortunately, I didn't go to Hawaii, and I didn't get a new car. And all due to my choice. I became a cutter. Not to know, let me rephrase that. I started cutting school, not a cutter like cutting myself. No. I started cutting school, being hard headed, uh, not doing my work. Yeah. Um, what I know now, I wish I knew then, but that don't work. You know, a lot of us say that. Only if I knew what I know now, you know what I mean? So I didn't get either. I messed it up, for myself. I'm sure my mom was disappointed too that I didn't graduate and stuff like that. But I did go back to school and get my GED. I did do that. Um, that was important to me. I got a little older and, of course, matured up a little bit and said, you know what? I want this under my belt. I need this to get a decent job and, bring in money to my household. Um, I was a young mother of three. Um, so that helped me, of course, you know, being able, I did go work. I had many jobs, but I did land a job in a medical company to where, you know, for the hospitals, if somebody is being sent home on oxygen, I was the one who, if the orders came through our company, I had to send out the delivery driver with the correct medications, the correct prescriptions, the whole setup. They had to set up the oxygen in their home or care facility, or even people on hospice, that were on oxygen and stuff like that. So, and I loved it. I loved that job so much. I didn't like my boss. They were racial, and yeah, and that's a whole nother show. But anyways, so but yeah, so that I could say, under my belt, GED, I did go back and do that, and I think it did help me, with the jobs that I actually got landed, you know. So um so let me see here. So in fact, today, and it's now I'm switching modes. I'm going to talk some MS and myself um about this. I just wanted to give you guys a little info on what I did for Mother's Day, and I hope you guys had a wonderful day too. I did. I really enjoyed myself getting out and having an outing with my family. I loved it. Um so fun fact, and it's kind of crazy. So back in the day, they didn't have MRIs and this is before MRI day, before our technology evolved. So, you know, and you guys probably hear stories about back in the day how people were diagnosed with certain illnesses and stuff. Bipolar, they gave shock treatment and crazy stuff like that. I can imagine being shocked right now. It would probably kill me because my body would be able to be handled being able to handle being shocked. But so this fact is, it says the connection between heat and MS symptoms flare-ups is so well established that before the invention of the MRI, doctors used to submerge their patients in hot water that believed to have MS in hot water. If the person's neurological symptoms suddenly flared, the physician would presume their diagnosis was corrective multiple sclerosis. Really? That's crazy. So, could you imagine being submerged and then having to go through that? And Lord, I'm so glad I wasn't born eons ago, and I'm so glad I'm born when I was born because
Oh,
the
oh
technology and
no,
stuff.
it sounded reasonable to me. I mean, sounded reasonable. Shit talking
Mm,
Sundays. I mean, if we don't quite sure know what it is, let's just drown you for a second, and if you stop breathing, we know you died. And if you come out of the water and you throw up the
You
water, then we
can't
know
walk.
your CPR work. You know,
Right.
if your
Yeah.
leg ain't broke, stand up. If you fall down, we know it's broke.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah. So I mean, yeah, crazy stuff. So that's how back in the day people were diagnosed, and is that really clinical diagnosis, guys? So when I came across that, I was reading. I love to read stuff out of Harvard research, and I just don't read anything, guys. It has to come from a credible source. I just don't jump on the bandwagon and say, "Ooh," and talk it and think, that I'm relaying and speaking truth information. No, I don't do that. I'm very picky, and I watch my sources. But and it's true. So thank God technology has evolved. Just wow, could you imagine? Now, how did they treat that? Hopefully that'll be I'll have something on the next show next Tuesday on. So if this person had neurological symptoms heightened, and for you warriors like me, my left side gets really weak. I start to feel tingling across my face. My head starts to tingle, and um, weakness. I feel really fatigued, tired. There's a difference. Fatigue and tired. I know there's both of them are not the same with MS. I've been tired before, to where I couldn't stay awake. And I was actually, usually that happens in a relapse. Not so much in a flare, but a relapse is a whole different ball game than a flare. And I'm sure my warriors out there can relate. Totally different. I could be fatigued as hell and not sleepy, but wish I would sleep so I don't have to feel the misery. So with the relapse, you feel you warriors know you feel so sick, and so things are so messed up that you can't even stay awake because your body wants to shut down. And there's been times, honestly, to where I thought if I close my eyes, I'm not going to wake up. I've been really, really sick before, on a relapse, and I don't wish that on my worst enemy. And thank God I've been relapse free a year, even though you guys know I just coming out of a flare. And it was a kind of a rough flare. It started out really minimal, and I'm still not back, you guys. My left side, my left leg, man, my knee is killing me. That groin thing, the last couple of days, the groin thing seems not to be so bad right now, but my left hip and my lower left back from all with this groin thing, I don't know. And I said this last week, I'm just achy on my bones. And when I sleep in the middle of the night, I'm being woke up because I try and move, just normally turn, and I'm in pain. And I'm like, what the frig is going on? That's totally new. I've had my little aches and pains, and my back hurts all the time, and my swelling and my neck and all that stuff, guys. But this joint achy stuff started right after my last injection, and it hasn't stopped. I was like, even to touch, I'm like achy, and my left side is really being affected by it. I mean, um once I sit down for more than 15-20 minutes, I hurt so bad getting up, and it remains hurting to where, I have to take something. So wish me well, guys, on this. Let this left side heal. So that's a fun fact that I wanted to share with you guys, because I thought, like, oh wow, you know what I mean, for something that we suffer from nowadays. Thank you for the technology and scientists for being able to, because even I don't know what year the first medication came out of, for to treat MS, but years back, I would say maybe 20 years back, 15-20 years back, you didn't see commercials. I could even say 10 years ago, I didn't see commercials about MS on TV, let alone hear about medications. They didn't talk about it. They didn't understand it. They didn't know what caused it, etc. So we've come a long way. Hoping in my time here, they'll find a cure. Hoping. A lot of technology, and they have made progress in a lot of steps with multiple sclerosis. Just the same as hepatitis C. Back when in 1982, and I know this for a fact, in 1982, if you needed blood, they didn't screen people's blood back then. They didn't screen it for hepatitis C. They didn't know about hepatitis C, how to treat it. They didn't understand it, so they couldn't screen for it. So, unfortunately, people who had blood transfusion in 82, you had a higher risk probability, and I know somebody who did caught hepatitis from a blood transfusion. Okay. They are now hep free because I just heard the commercial. I'm trying to get in a power nap or just to rest these eyelids before the show. And I forgot the name of it, but this person, the pill came out. It's, I believe, a 12 12-week program. When that first came out, soon after, they fit the criteria to, uh-oh, am I back on? AG, are you there? Can somebody let me know that we're on, that we're live? Jason, are you still there? Can you see me?
You're on.
Okay. So with this, now the medication you see on TV and so our technology has really evolved. And do you think, AG, you could chime in on this? Do you think it's technology that's, of course, but I mean, there's always a man behind the curtain that the scientists have to come up with these medicines, and then the technology, I guess, puts it into reality and form. So uh, all of it in, in a ball of wax, thank God for it, because a lot of us would be suffering and not having treatment. Now, but I always think, my dad, my father lives with me. Me and Larry take care of him and my grandkids, of course. And he's in his 80s. So back when I was younger as a kid, maybe like my grandson's age, he's 14, he'll be 15, which that's one of my grandchildren. He lives here. Um, Back then, when you're like, oh, these are my parents, you never trip really that being that young and looking at your parent and knowing really the health issues that they deal with. Now that I'm of that age and my kids have to see me going through this, and then I think back like, man, oh, this is why mom or dad were doing what they were doing or talked. I remember them saying this, and so it's a trip. And just like, the kids, my kids may have seen me in my 30s and be like, dang, my mom's old. You know what I mean? When you're a kid, you really don't know. You think because they're your parents, they're old,
Right. Yeah.
so you could be 30s, 40s, that's young. And, but your kids look at you as like, oh man, you old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So now that I'm, of course, at the age I am and just experienced, my kids are grown, I have grandkids, and have fallen with this challenge of having multiple sclerosis. I always think, man, okay, my parents were working, did they have to go through this? And of course, I do know that neither one of them have MS. Both of my parents were pretty healthy. My dad has had a stroke about 20 years ago. He had vocal cord cancer. My mom unfortunately passed away from lung cancer. She was a smoker, but had stopped smoking maybe 10 years prior, and she had a stroke early on and stuff like that. But my parents didn't, at their age, like my dad now, sure, he suffers from high blood pressure, high cholesterol. He doesn't wear glasses or anything, and he's in his 80s. And my mom wore glasses, I wear glasses. I'm a trifocal girl. I mean, girl, you used to see I'm used to talking to women. I'm blind, but and I don't know if MS has, because MS does affect your eyes. But about 6 months ago, I seen an ophthalmologist, and they were like, "No, you have really good eye health for having MS." I was like, "Woo!" But so just going back and you can just in your head, your memories, and be like, man, I didn't, yeah, my parents used to go through this, my mom used to take, have to take medicine before work and stuff like that. So it really comes to I think about that now that I'm sick, because I do injections, I got to take daily medications, and just certain times in my life is daily, so, and I'm sure you warriors out there can relate, to that. But there's hope. If you take it one day at a time, you will get through that one day at a time. It's hard to even think about putting things next week. Oh, don't tell me to make plans for next week. Mm-mm. Nope, that's not happening. It'll stress me out, and I'll work myself so sick up because I'm thinking, man, that's too far out. I don't know how I'm going to feel. If you needed to know about tomorrow, I would be able to tell you today about tomorrow. I can't tell you about next Wednesday or even next Saturday. I can't because if you don't know, you warriors probably do know, MS does what it wants to do. It lets you feel halfway decent for a day. The next day, you may have trouble walking or lifting your right arm, or your speech. You know, you may have problems seeing. You might get hit with some optic neuritis. You know, just anything. It comes and goes. It stays. It never leaves you 100%. At least for me, I'm always stricken every day with something. Um, but what I do is I try and keep it manageable. I try not to do the things that I know that's going to zap me or put me out for the next 4 days. Okay. And also I want to say real quick while I'm on that before I forget, and I got mine out to show you guys. So I'm here in California, and I know in a lot of other places too around the world, I have warriors all over. And I know in your countries and in your states, you're rolling on hot weather as well. There is Multiple Sclerosis Association. And AG, I don't know if it's too late, but I would love for you to put this number up on the screen. And it's 1-800-344-4867. And that is Multiple Sclerosis Associations of America. They are a wonderful community that will help you with things that you need behind multiple sclerosis. One is and you do have to qualify. Sometimes it's low income, or you have to be on maybe Social Security or SSI assistance. You can get a free cooling vest. Okay, I have mine. I have worn it, but I didn't choose the vest. You have an option. Okay, I chose the torso wrap because the vest was a full-on vest and it had a bunch of pockets everywhere. And I just kept thinking, I can't be weighted down like that, you know? So somebody maybe who feels stronger than I do and wants, you know, to wear the vest, and it had a bunch of different pockets. You could put as many ice bags in it, ice packs, as you wanted, you know, but for me, it was too much material, too thick. I'm thinking, okay, I need to be cooler, not heavier and thicker clothing. Okay. So I got the wrap and I believe it came in 2 colors. Okay. So it's around my torso and it has the pockets where you slide in your ice packs. Okay. And it comes with ice packs. It comes with you. I'm just showing you guys. Actually, there's 3 in this bag. It comes with a bunch of them. Also, and this is, I think there's 2. If you choose the torso wrap, and I'm not sure if it's changed. I've had these now for 5 years, but it comes with the wristlets, and your pack goes in. Okay, I don't know if the camera is really good. So you could wear this like this. You put your pack in, and you know we have our key points to heat and cooling is in our wrists. If you guys didn't know that, so even if you're feeling too hot, you're overheating, run your wrist on both of them at the same time under cold water. It'll bring your body temperature down. So see your wristlets, and it comes with, and also these are the anklets, and they all work the same. It's Velcro, and you stick your packs. They give you different size packs, and also the neck. They call it a necktie, but you put your packs in. There's openings right here, but you put your packs in and you wear it around your neck under your hair, however you want to do it. You can tie it up and use it, like put it on. Well, this may look a little funny, guys, because I'm just rushing, but you know, you could put it around front and to hang down the back if you don't want it to show, just for cooling, because weather is creeping up on us. It's going to be toasty, guys. So you can call MS Associations of America, and definitely, and I believe you can do this online, apply for that, and it's free. No shipping cost. You don't pay for any of this. And it all comes with, like I said, different size ice bags. It comes with guides and everything. Really, really a nice program. And also, I'll repeat the number again. So if anyone, it's okay, Jason. I'm glad you're back. I was just giving some information about the cooling vest. I showed mine. I have one, and where to get it. It comes with the anklets and the wristlets, the neck, the cooling neck tie, they call it, and the ice packs. I've had mine now a couple years, and yes, have used it. One summer, we had a birthday here in the backyard. It actually, it's my granddaughter that I'm raising. Actually, her birthday's next month in June. We had a birthday, and it was kind of toasty. Her birthday is the end of June, and I wore it, so it did help. So again, Multiple Sclerosis Associations of America, they also help in other avenues, not just for the free vest, guys. If you're having problems with anything because of related to your MS medically, they a lot of programs that will help you out. So please call them again. The number is 1-800-344-4867. And also, wanted to give you guys just this information. Also, because summer upon us, we can't, because we're heat intolerable, we can be, that can cause us some illness. So I'm sure your doctor knows that you have MS or whatever. You can, if you don't have air conditioning in your home now, and this is for facts. I know someone who's on this program, and they went through the program and got their ACs all through their house and everything, but you can call your utilities. I don't know the name of everybody's city, of course, but mine here, I'm in California. You could call SMUD and PG&E also to get your discounts, because it's given to you medically. It's called med something, sorry, but you call them, you can even fill out the application online. Your doctor signs it, and you just fax everything over, or you could take a picture of it and send it, off your phone. I'm on both programs, so I get help, because we warriors, we multiple sclerosis patients, we can't be in heat. So they allow a medical discount for your PG&E and your SMUD. Okay. So you stay cool in the summer months and warm in the winter. On both sides of the book, they'll give you medical assistance on your utility bills, guys. Take advantage. And I'm going to throw this in there. This has nothing to do medically, but with the pandemic right now, they're also giving $30 off on your internet bill. I've been on it since the pandemic. I think they started that maybe about 8 months maybe into the pandemic. First, they were giving $50 off your bill, and just in March, they shrunk it down to 30. Now the stuff with the pandemic, they're stopping programs, and some are continuing, but they've brought their discounts, lower. But still, take advantage of those programs. Please take advantage. You don't need to be hot in your home. Don't suffer yourself especially with having multiple sclerosis and with that heat issue. And if you have other medical illnesses, now guys, these programs just aren't for people who have MS. It's for people who have ailments that cannot be in the heat. Okay, so take advantage of them. Call your local utilities office and find out what they're offering in your city. So I definitely wanted to share that with you guys, as I've took advantage of some programs. So, and I know they work. They're out there, and they're all legit. Let's see. Let me read this real quick to myself. Okay, so with this heat thing, why I wanted to share that today and let it be the topic, because we're heading into June next month, and our temperatures is going to be off the charts, but it affects me. Okay, hot water, humid air, a hot room, anything humidity, hot, sticky, it affects me. And from what statistics show for MS, even a third of a degree in a room on the scale of rising, you can someone with MS, your symptoms can change. I believe that, because it almost feels like if I walk into a room, just a couple of breaths, I feel my body changes, not for the good. It feels like I just want to just just melt down, like just wither to the floor. That's how I'm affected sometimes with heat. But let me tell you, not all the time. Some days when it's hot and my family's like, whoo, sweating. I'm like, oh, really? This feels good. So um it's like weird, how your body it tolerates, well, for me, how my body tolerates it, different on different days. I don't know what that's about, because I'm unique, guys. I don't know. I don't know. So but I do know I can't be out, of course, in direct sunlight for too long. I may not feel so bad that day, but the next day I'll feel like I'm a bowl of pudding, that I can barely move. I'm weak, fatigued, oh, and just dried out. Yeah. So I will be taking my special precautions. I always have, but this summer is going to be different. And I've told you guys this before. I've made a promise to myself this beginning of the year. I was going to do anything in my power and everything in my power to be more active with my family, for myself. These last few years, I've missed out on a lot of stuff because I wasn't feeling well enough to go sit at somebody else's house or sit outside for a birthday party because of the heat and stuff. I just bought a Sunjo. My son has a Cryobi Mr. fan he brought camping last year. That thing worked like a charm. We were outside, well, we were glamping. We rented cabin, but we still had the outdoor feel thing, cooking outside and doing all that of camping. So we played cards out on the table, and a picnic bench outside, and we were still in grass and dirt in our feet, and the whole camping feel. But we of course say glamping because we slept in a cabin, but which had air, AC, because I won't go anywhere if there's no AC, because I'll suffer, and then I'll take days and days. And if the warriors can relate, that pain that you feel, you just don't want to endure it, and you don't know when it's going to stop. It's like, you've been there, done that before, so you know what you have to go through. Is it going to be worse that time? It's just an awful feeling. So we warriors, and with anyone else who has an ailment, you must do things in moderation, and prepare and bring on board things that that's going to help you with that. So I bought the Sunjo. It's a Mr. fan, and it's wireless. You could charge it. Well, it has a portable charger, and You can, it has the bucket where you put the water on top and it does both from the the wall, and it has a wireless. So I recently just bought that because I'm going places this summer with my family. I'm going to try not to miss out on too much, but I'm not going to go and not be smart about things and go out when it's 101. No. Even with a fan, even with shelter and stuff like that, no, because the air is still hot. It affects me. I don't know if it affects you guys, but it totally affects me. But I am going to be doing stuff this summer. You'll see. You'll see. I'm so excited about it. And plus, I feel better, even though I'm not back to baseline 100% from this last flare in April. I still feel better than what I have in 5 years. So I'm trusting that, and I'm going to go on that, and I'm going to make plans little by little. I'm not going to make a bunch of plans in 1 week because I won't be able to go through with it. I'm going to put things in schedule at a couple weeks apart. So I know, you know, that I'll be able to handle and be able to physically do these things. And also, I bought this. It's called a beach pod tent. Okay. That it's, I believe, 4 feet high and 7 feet long, and it's open front. It looks like a half of a dome, but it fits two people could sleep in it. And it's not really made for sleeping because there's no door on it, to zip or anything, and it's a pop-up pod. It is fantastic. So I that just came yesterday. We opened it up, put it in the living room. We were checking it out, and it's UV protection on the outside. Okay, so I'm gonna get some shade and have that mister at the same time. So if I'm going on an outing where I want to spend the night, I want to go night fishing, and I'll probably let me oh, I wouldn't say night fishing. Let me reword this. I want to go fishing but stay overnight. Okay. So I need protection from the rays, the sun rays. If I had it my way, I would lay out there on the rocks and shrivel up like beef jerky, but I can't do that because I'll be doing probably the next two podcasts from the hospital. So that's out of the question, unfortunately, because I love the sun, guys. But that is UV protected, and it's wide enough to where I could have the fan mister, and that fan mister, you could do the fan or the mister or fan and mister at once. Beautiful thing, beautiful thing. I'm so glad my son hipped me to this because he brought his and he used it on us as we were playing, and it worked lovely. I suggest you guys go get one. Okay. Lowe's, uh where did I get mine? Home Depot. Um, so yeah, they're terrific. So with this shade thing, with that, hey, and then I can sit in that tent thing, and it's open. I don't have to step out or anything. I made sure I didn't buy one that I had to step out, especially to go fishing with, because I'd land on my face. I would not even you guys know. So there'd be a good chance I wouldn't lift my foot every time to get out that damn tent. I would end up scrubbing. So I made sure I got one that is open front to where, but closed all around. There's two long windows on the side, and it's a pop up, lickety split. You just take it out of the bag and pop, it's right there. Okay. It was a hassle at first. We bought an outhouse like that to go fishing with for a bathroom and the toilet and all that stuff. We could not put that damn thing back in that thing, but we watched a couple videos, and man, folded in half again, pressed down, and it's right back in its shape. Yeah. So that's going to work out good. So inside that pod, the air will circulate. Yes, it's going to go back out, but it's coming in still, and being in that dome for a little bit. It's not like, because I almost didn't buy that when I first started thinking I want to buy something to where I can go outdoors so I could spend more time with my grandkids and my family. My son plays football. I haven't been out to see him, and he's played now for like 4 years, and I'm missing that. I need to go out and do that. Larry goes fishing. I love fishing. He taught me how to fish. I love it, and I don't go, but I just went 2 weeks ago. Loved it. Didn't catch anything, but still the tranquility and just sitting out there reminiscing on my fishing days out there was just enough for me. And for me to go out there in my chair and just chill and come home and be okay, I was in heaven, guys. I really was. So, um, just a little prep. You know your tolerant level, you know your scheduling for your body, how much you can do in your plan. I'm not a big planner. I have stuff. I lay for a couple of days where I have enough energy so I don't feel sick because I can't push myself. I feel so sick. I've done that before in my early years of being diagnosed, and my fatigue level is sky high. Um, there's a lot of times where I didn't want to be here anymore. It was really rough on me, and I can say I've been through a lot. I'm not. I have a high tolerance for a lot of stuff, and I am a tough cookie. This has broken me down quite a few times in my 5 years. Um, I'm stronger now, mind wise. I've accepted multiple sclerosis. I know how to deal with multiple sclerosis right now, guys, and I can tell you why. It wasn't because I fell apart, and it wasn't because of what someone told me. Okay. It wasn't what my doctors told me. My doctors look at me, and to be honest, they're no motivation at all. No, no. But I had to educate myself. Education is key. It gives you hope. It gives you hope. It's not a MS is not a death sentence. Okay. I thought this early on, and I just knew sometimes, and I just felt like I was dying. And that's the honest to God's truth. Don't ask me how I know the feeling of dying because I couldn't tell you, but I felt there was days straight that I felt that if I went to sleep, I wasn't going to wake up. That's how sick I was. So, um, God has brought me through. Prayer has brought me through, and I have a lot of people behind me that pray for me. And so you plan your stuff according to what you know your body does, and give yourself some time to take in your outing at a minimum with the heat. Okay, me, it's going to be minimum. I give myself 4 hours. And that's just in general from what I do now. It's about 4 hours. At home, I can give you from the morning till the evening if I'm sitting down and I'm not doing nothing at all. And that goes for talking too. Talking or pay attention, having to pay attention, that exhausts us. And I know, that's what I go through. So like tomorrow, today's my podcast. Now we're doing our house. Um, and we're doing it. I am doing stages because I want to be a part of, and I know I just can't get in there like before and just get to paint and finish one room in a day. No. So my last day of doing some in the kitchen, I didn't do no work today because I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Okay. And on that note, I'm going to ask all my warriors out there to please pass on those good vibes to your girl, the MS warrior. I need all your prayers. As of tomorrow, I am seeing a hematologist. If you guys don't know what a hematologist is, they check your bloods for any cancers, leukemias, that type of thing, something, other ailments with your blood. I'm having some issues right now, and I have been over the last, altogether, it's been 6 months. My medical team doesn't believe that it's caused by any medications I'm on. Okay, so I have to go see this doctor tomorrow, and I'm sure I'll be okay, but it never hurts to have some prayers giving me that, that little strength along with God to see me through this tomorrow with good news. On that note, guys, I am going to say thank you for tuning in tonight, Jason. I hope all is well at home. AGU as well. Hope all is well at home. Don't forget, please, 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 please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Strength comes in numbers. There's many people that me and AG the dad can reach, the more better off people will be. They won't feel alone. I know I'm not alone. I know I have a big community out there. When I was looking to be on this medication, there was nobody I could turn to. There was nobody live saying, this is what it made me feel like. No, I didn't get cancer and I've been on it 2 years. I'm up walking. I'm still breathing without being on a ventilator. All that stuff is what we warriors face day to day. So it's imperative, and it's very frightening to choose having a handful of medications to choose from when you're at risk for a brain infection. If you take this one, you're at risk for issues with your heart. If you take this one, you have to go to the hospital and stay there 12 hours because your blood pressure drops drastically. So it's a wide spectrum of other ailments that we have to come to terms with on choosing a medication. How would I deal with this by choosing this medication? I'm trying to get better, but then I'm at higher risk for something else, to come about with these medications. So there's a lot of people that, need support in understanding. Some of my warriors out there that I see, honestly, they're all day, every day, they're asking, is anybody on this? Is anybody on this? I need to know, please, can somebody guide me? Okay. So I was once her. I've been on 4 medications. I research, and I research. And I always say, guys, research is key. But sharing my information on my life gives other warriors who are looking just as I was. And this is why I'm doing this. And this is why AG the dad did this platform for your girl here, MS Warrior, to share and reach other warriors like myself for that share, compare, and support. So this is why we're doing this podcast. Definitely share, like, comment, subscribe. And I'm looking for someone who would like to be on the show. Come on over. Let's talk, share your story. You could be on as many minutes as you'd like. You can contact AG the dad or myself. If you're here, you guys must have seen the other page on YouTube or came across Shit Talking Sundays platform as well. We're both easy to be able to be contacted. You can see our information up on our screen. So definitely come chime in. Let's share our journeys and reach many warriors as we can to let them know they're not alone. You're not alone. And I know I'm not alone. On that note, guys, sending all those warrior vibes out there to everybody. AG, thank you for tonight, friend. I don't hear you. Can you hear me? I don't hear you. Hello? Okay. Nope, I've lost you. I can see you. No sound. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you still. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I'm hoping you guys could hear AG. I can't hear him anymore, but I will say good night. And don't forget, back here next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if if by chance at all you have some shit you'd like to get off your mind, come on over to Shit Talking Sundays, get a hold of AG and get on that platform and spread some awareness, whatever shit you want to say, talk about, and don't forget it's always positive form. So get in touch with AG the Dad and let's hear what you have to say. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, and we're going to close it out tonight with thanking AG the Dad. And we'll see you back here next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Thanks, guys. Night.